Good morning, patients. Welcome back to my office. This is not a proper appointment. And no, it isn't a graduation. I mean, I've not even debuted yet. And it is also not a debut announcement either, by the way. No, this is more a quick chat about where I want to take this project here. So, one of the main concerns I had, and I pointed out when I started, was if I could keep a consistent schedule. And as of last Saturday, in fact, it has been exactly 2 months since I released the first few videos. And I'd say it was a fairly usual or typical 2 months with mostly busy work shifts, some overtimes, and some personal activities of my own outside of this here. And really, I find I didn't struggle keeping up with posting. In fact, I'd say I was getting a bit more comfortable even with the editing, although of course I'm still an absolute beginner. All of this was very, very basic, and even I had begun recording extra videos for in case there were obstacles or whatever things that would prevent me from recording or editing in time. On top of that, I won't pretend I know OBS well, but now I'm aware of how it works well enough to understand deeper, more complex tutorials and really to start understanding what plugins can do for me and how this one or that one might be useful. And one thing I have learned is that it is best used in a way that lets me do this. It's a bit more resource intensive, but it is also much more flexible in recordings. Not as useful for streams though. And that's where I wanted to go. Speaking of streams, check that professional segue out. Speaking of streams, one thing that became clear to me as I was doing this is that I'm very, very much enjoying myself here. How far that comes through the videos is another matter, but when I started, I don't know, afterthought isn't the right word here, but it's the best I can come up with right now. Streaming was more of an afterthought, a secondary goal, let's put it that way. It was more of a secondary goal, and it has become clear to me that I would like to move it to the forefront. And if you let me go meta for a moment, that means a lot of reworking regarding, branding, logos, arts, assets, overlays, models, and I don't know, every other piece I need to offload to various artists, along with research and learning about, the plugins I mentioned, the streaming platforms for Modbots and whatnot, broadcasting software, face tracking software, new hardware, possibly even updating some of my PC components, and any and every other thing under the sun I forget, towards things I simply even don't know about. And that brings me to the reason behind this here video. I will need to do some serious planning and put in some serious time on this. And I know I would not be able to deliver on the weekly videos well enough while preparing everything else at the same time. Now, I'm not saying I quit, I'm not saying I'm stopping. I love the games we're playing, I'm invested in them, I want to see them through to the end, but the videos will become much sparser. I won't call out any regular schedule, game videos will simply come out as they come out. And I figure whatever I put out will be longer than what I've been doing so far too, just so it doesn't take us years to finish a game. And if they're not meant to be weekly, then it really doesn't matter if editing takes longer for longer videos as well. Honestly, that's probably absolutely terrible in terms of staying relevant. I know the algorithm absolutely hates infrequent inconsistency, but it is what it is. So I guess that's about it. Only 8 releases might sound like a real short pull before moving on, but we're still talking about the full 2 months here. We're already in mid-April. I do have some projects and some plans of my own outside of preparing for streaming, and I'll admit on that end, I am more looking at the financial side of things. It's things like travel, there's furniture I need to update, some of it's getting quite old and banged up. I'm also getting a cabinet and countertop extension in my kitchen. It really adds up already. And let me tell you one thing I figured out, or I suppose I was aware, but that it got confirmed. VTubing material is not cheap, and I'm not talking about the streaming hardware here. I'm talking about the art and everything related to it, the models and whatnot. So I will spread things out. I will keep you in the loop as much as it's relevant anyway. And other than that, well, you can keep an eye out for gameplay whenever it happens. I know I want to get back to Chants of Sennaar soon enough. I realized when I was editing the last one, part 5 from a few weeks back, there are a few words we can fill in easily enough, as long as my brain is not again a scrambled mess like it was. So look out for that one. I've not even recorded it yet. I've been busy right now building a library of plugins and extensions and various artists that I will eventually comb through to see what is really relevant for me and who can do what. But it shouldn't be too long that I'll go back to record part 6. So anyway, there you have it. I don't know if I can say I'm taking the next step. That feels like a bit too much. But at the very least, I'm shifting my weight forward in preparation of that step. And I really do hope you'll be along for it. So I'll leave you the same as always by telling you to be sure to slow down and to take care of yourselves. À la prochaine!